Well, this morning it's indications of a muted start by the global markets and the SGX Nifty. Kunal Bothra is here to decode just that. So, Kunal, do you reckon that we're going to be in a bit of a limbo today with purely earnings on the minds of the market?
Seems like, Avan, good morning first of all to you and good morning everyone. I believe that in the last couple of days, the markets have shown a lot of different kind of textures. So one part is that Nifty is now heading towards a very strong resistance of 11,700. We've tested this level almost 3 times in the last 1.5 or 2 months from I think August mid somewhere. And on all 3 occasions, the Nifty has managed to give some sort of a pullback. So yesterday also, we saw a dash towards that 11,700 mark intraday basis, and then there was a bit of correction on the indices. But the positive part for the markets is that the Bank Nifty has underperformed. Now, generally, when you see that the Bank Nifty underperforms, you expect that this divergence gets caught up into, so whether it's Nifty falling or Bank Nifty rising, and if both of the legs pan out at the same time, then Bank Nifty could try and outperform from current levels. So I think that's going to be sort of a silver lining for the markets for the next I think couple of sessions or for the next 1 week before the market settles out and Nifty breaks out about this 11,700 mark. So I believe that the market texture indicates that we could be in for a bit of a consolidation, but I think an eventual break of 11,700 should be due for the indices.
Oh, yes, indeed. And add to that, not just the Nifty Bank, it was IT as well that was a big culprit under pressure yesterday. But in light of all of this trade setup that you've spoken about, the Nifty Bank, etc., Kunal, flag off what is it that you're doing with individual stocks?
So, Avan, I would recommend a couple of sell calls, and one of the stock is from the IT pack. It's a sell on TCS. Now, not just in terms of price performance, the stock was down, I think, 1.5% yesterday. But I think, it's now taken resistance exactly at the 200-day moving average. So, if you look at the charts over the last 1 month, the stock was at 2300 plus levels. It fell almost 10%, went below 200 DMA. In the last, 1 week post results, there was indeed a rally for TCS, but the rally got halted exactly at this 200 DMA for TCS, and now it's trying to move lower from those levels. So I believe yesterday's high should be a strong resistance for TCS, and traders could look at a short. Targets could be kept at 2000 to almost 1980 on short-term charts, and stop loss at 2080 for TCS. The other shorting candidate could be a sell on ACC. Now, interestingly, even this stock has formed a bearish candlestick pattern yesterday. As I was mentioning earlier, that the last couple of days we've seen resistances for many of the stocks for ACC. I think 1555 to 1560 on spot levels is now a very strong resistance, and keeping that as a stop loss would recommend a sell for targets of 1490.
Okay, 2 sell recommendations, one coming in on TCS and the other one on ACC. Well, let's get you more trading recommendations going as well. We have Dr. C.K. Narayan, and he's got a buy call, this coming in on Dr. Reddy's. He's placing a stop loss at a level of 2,790 with a target price at levels of 2,850. So that's his first call within the pharma space. Do remember, we did see some reprieve kick into the sector just yesterday. In terms of his other recommendation, it's a buy call coming in on Shriram Transport. Watch out for a target price at 1140 and a stop loss at 1100 levels. Abhijit Pathak as well sharing his recommendations, and here's what he's picked out this morning. A shorting candidate in the form of Reliance Industries, a stop loss at 1435 with a target price at 1380. And the next recommendation coming in from Abhijit is a sell on Tata Steel. Remember, under pressure yesterday. Target price 340, stop loss at 365.